Well, good morning, everyone. Today is the day. Breck and I are hopping in his car, and he is saying goodbye to California as a resident forever. He's taken off to Texas, and we're doing an extended road trip. It was originally started out to be a 3-day trip, and then Breck said, hey, you know, I have probably up to like 5 days. If you want to throw some extra things, let's do it. So then we changed it to 5 days, and then something that we planned on staying at our very last day. I found out that you have to check in by a certain time, and we would definitely not be there. So we added another day and another day of vlogging and another great place that we're going to go together. So this should be a great trip. It looks like, who knows how long it'll end up being in reality, but I'm hoping to get like a good 10, 12 vlogs out of it. So this should be a lot of fun for you guys and a great trip. Let's go help Breck leave. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. All right, we are at Breck's house. Everything has been removed. Everything.
Not everything, I'm still here.
You're still here, but can I be the first one to say, Breck, look at me. Get out. It doesn't even look like the same place anymore. The first time I came here, and until Breck decided to move, there was always this weird swirly yellow and blue design on the ceiling that Breck had made. Now it's somebody else's perfectly white house. Well, we have everything loaded up in the pod. We have everything loaded up in the car. And where we are going today, we're actually going to vlog 2 things today, both in Phoenix, Arizona. So our first stop is going to be for lunch about 5 hours away. And where we're going to for lunch is actually something from a very well-known movie and a very well-known TV series. So let's hit the road, guys. Let's get out of Orange County. Well, we are officially on the road. We're making our first bathroom stop, and what a great view. Well, we are entering Arizona. The Grand Canyon State welcomes you.
Hasta la vista, California.
Breck, do you miss it yet?
Nope.
So Breck, our first stop is we're gonna go have some breakfast / lunch before they close, because they close at 2 p.m. And where we're going is a place that you might hear the words dingy or stow it while you're eating, because we are going to the real Mels Diner that they used in Alice, and Alice doesn't live here anymore. The food's actually supposed to be really good too.
Looking forward to it.
Well, here we are. I'm gonna superimpose in the original sign from the TV show, and you can see how similar they are now. They've obviously had to replace it a little bit, but originally you would have had the Mels right up here, and that coffee cup would have said 14 ounce. But this was the actual, this was what the show was based off of. And in later seasons, they did actually use that sign in this restaurant for some of the scenes, or at least to set up the show. Now this was a show that was, if you never saw it, I don't know how you couldn't have seen it. It was 9 seasons from like 1976 to 84, 85, something like that. And it was Vic Tayback playing Mel Sharples, the owner of this diner. And Alice was his main waitress, and Alice was a widower who, her and her son have traveled all the way across the country, and she's trying to become a singer in Los Angeles, and then gets it looks like in the opening credits they basically let you believe that her engine blows up and that she gets stranded here in Phoenix and gets a job at this roadside diner with Vera and Florence Jean Castleberry, also known as Flo. So this is the TV show where you got Kiss My Grits, and you had Reuben Kincaid from the Partridge Family was Earl. That was Tommy's basketball coach, and he was a regular in here. So they've actually got this themed out from Alice. They have signed photos and various things inside, and supposedly a pretty awesome menu. They've got supposedly some of the best food in town. So let's go enjoy the original Mels Diner. Brooke, did you watch Alice when it was on?
I did. I didn't watch it a whole lot, but I do remember the show.
I was telling you on the way here when I was researching all this and I was watching old clips, it was kind of weird to me. They had a really catchy theme song, but I noticed in all 9 seasons, Linda Lavin re-recorded the theme song every season, and it has a little bit of a change. Sometimes it'll have a little bit of funky beat, sometimes it'll have a country western beat, sometimes it has a swung beat. It's kind of weird. Now what's crazy is that like every season it seemed like, or maybe not every season, but throughout the 9-season run, they had multiple waitresses because from what I understand, Linda Lavin and Polly, who played Florence Jean Castleberry, Flo was getting so popular on the show that Linda Lavin would get jealous and that they would end up not getting along. So after like 3 seasons, they had to basically have Flo leave the show and get her own show. And then they had Jolene and they had Diane Ladd and all these other people playing characters. So we're actually at this. Now, last time you and I were in Arizona, this was probably 5-6 years ago for a spring training game. We found out this was here and it was already closed. So we actually caught it today while they're still open. Let's try it. So if you're looking for a job, they're looking for help. When the show ended by basically Mel. There was a company in town buying up all the restaurants and buying up all the property and bulldozing it, and Mel gets a huge offer and decides to sell the restaurant. And the day that he's gonna tell everybody that he's gonna do it, Alice walks in with Jolene, and they basically tell Mel already that they've decided Jolene's gonna open her own beauty parlor and Alice is gonna take off and become a singer. So it all kind of works out. The day that he's gonna tell him he's selling the restaurant, or that he's already sold it, they're all ready to leave, so. There's the inside. That's what the actual counter would have looked like. So we're gonna sit here, right next to the memorabilia. Check out that menu. And even the back of the menu. Check out all that. Yeah, I love this show. They used to play it on TBS at like 7 p.m. before Sanford and Son. I always used to watch it on the reruns. Kiss My Grits. There's the super trio. Flo, Vera, and Alice. Vera and the one in the middle, also known as Dingy by Mel. Couldn't get away with that now, calling your employees Dingy. They have photos of the cast all over the place, so as people leave, we'll kind of show you some different ones. Look here on their award for Best of Phoenix. It says, best place to kiss my grits. There's a little article about Alice using the Mels Diner sign here. Here you can see an award on the wall for Warner Brothers Television congratulating the show for 4 Golden Globe Awards. Looks like Alice, the show itself, won 1, Linda Lavin won 1, Vic Tayback won 1, and Polly Holiday. And here in the real Mels Diner, if you notice, there are coffee mugs lining the entire restaurant. That's a custom around here. You can bring your own mug, sign it with your name, and then hang it up here. But I think they're full. I don't think they allow people to do it anymore. So you can see they're all the way around. And then over here you have a great picture of Flo. Kiss my grits, Mel. And there's Alice. Now what's crazy is on this show, most all of the show took place in here. Occasionally they would flash to like Alice's apartment where she slept on the couch and Tommy had the bedroom, but most of the time the whole show took place inside the restaurant. Signed by Beth Howland at the top. Best wishes, Beth Howland. And there's a cast photo. Yeah, pretty cool experience. I loved this show. And if you can see this, they're advertising the Old Guard Riders having their annual MASH party, the Maverick Saloon.
If this soup is any indication of what we have coming, we're in for a treat.
Really? It's that good, huh?
Really, really good. Very flavorful.
Like I said, I saw online that people talked about how amazing the food was here, so I'm hoping it is.
This is going to be great. great.
All right, the food's here. I went with a Denver omelet and some cottage cheese, and Brett got some sort of chicken sandwich.
Crispy chicken sandwich. Sounds really good.
All right, we'll see how it is. We'll see what kind of cook Mel really is. You know, it just dawned on me that they did actually change the theme song a little bit. Some of the lyrics in the first season, she says something like early to rise or early to bed or something like that, and the next, later in the season, she's saying I used to be sad, I used to be shy, things like that. So the same beat, same music and everything. All right, Brett, how is your food holding up? How is it?
It's really, really good. Chicken sandwich is really juicy, really flavorful, a lot of onions and tomatoes and pickles and lettuce. It's really good.
And you just noticed on your phone that you told me that employees were supposed to be able to sign up last night for advanced screenings of the Star Wars land, and that the website crashed 2 minutes before. Do you want to confess that you probably had something to do with that since you were leaving?
I did not do that. I did not do that. I swear I didn't do that.
I don't know. It seems suspicious. I noticed in this photo it looks like Jay Leno, a cameo by Jay Leno there. Well, thanks for the food and for the experience, Mels. Great time. Totally worth it. And there's a cast photo with Diane Ladd. Well, I can finally say I ate at Mel's. The real Mel's.